Paige here. Today I'm going to be doing my foundation routine. I said this in my acne progress video, which I will leave a link for up here. You can go check that out if you want to see my weekly progress, because I'm actually on a new antibiotic. That doesn't make any sense. I'm on a new medication for my skin called limecycline. If you go check that video out, the first one's up there. There will be a video every week. So today, as I say, it's quite popular on YouTube. If you suffer with acne, a foundation routine is a good video to do. So this is my skin. I will just show you now. See, I've got quite a lot of scarring as well, especially around here. But actually, for the first week of my antibiotics, my skin's actually been really good. I mean, this probably doesn't look good to you. This probably looks pretty bad. But for me, this is good. I mean, for my forehead, it's got a lot better. I mean, I had a lot of redness up here, but all here it's like really cleared up. I just want to put it out there, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not an expert at doing makeup. So this probably won't be really good. And this is kind of the coverage that I do that is good for me. It might not necessarily be good for anyone else, but it's just how it works for me. Already moisturised my face by using the simple moisturiser. I left it downstairs, but basically it's just the simple moisturiser purifying skin. So first I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Fix and Perfect primer. So this primer is a makeup primer. It's a pro multi-action, smooths, resurfaces, brightens, mattifies and protects. I think this primer is really good, especially for my skin. Find that it really like closes up my pores, so when I put my foundation on, it really like stays on the skin and will not come off. So we'll go ahead and apply the primer. I only use a really small amount. I'll show you, just kind of like a pea size. So I will only use about that much for my skin. I'll rub it in like this, and mainly I will put it just around my T-zone and a bit on my forehead, because that's where I get oily. A little here and just a bit on my chin. So this makes my face go quite red, obviously, because I'm rubbing at my skin. So I will just let that sink in for a little while. I've just got a mirror down here, so that's just what I'm using, if you wonder why I'm looking away. When I've let my primer set in, I will go in with my foundation. My foundation is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation Stay in Place Makeup. I will use the colour 1C1 Cool Bone. That is actually one of the palest colours. Obviously I have pale skin. Also it's good if you've got like red toned skin rather than like yellow toned skin. Before I start on the foundation, I just want to say, sorry about the noise, I've got some new, that lighting's really bad. I've got some new makeup brushes. These were only about £5 from Amazon. As I've said in a video before, I don't really like to spend a lot on brushes because they all do the same job for me. And I like to regularly change my brushes. I know you can clean them, but I find because I've got acne prone skin, I prefer to just buy brand new ones. So this make is, I think it's Abody, I'm not sure. I actually had a set in blue, but I thought I'd go for a pink set this time. So to set my foundation, I am going to be using this Kabuki brush. It's just a flat top and it's so soft, and I will show you how I apply my foundation. So I will just put a little bit on my hand, try and put a tiny bit on. Right, so I've applied a blob on my hand. I will go ahead, just get my hair out my face, and I will start with applying. See, when I apply my foundation, I don't like to do this, like swirl the foundation around, so I find it just like gets rid of the coverage and gets rid of the foundation. So I find like a patting motion is a bit better. cheeks, but when it comes, because I like to drag it around my neck, this is probably the awkwardest top to wear, but I do like to just bring it down like this, just so you don't see the lines on your face and your neck. And sometimes I will like to go in with a second layer. Obviously I haven't done the whole of my face yet, but these are kind of like the most problematic areas. Plus I think this lighting kind of doesn't like complement my face anyway. Right, so that's one layer. I will just show you. So this is what it looks like so far. I apologise for the bags under my eyes. Also, I know it looks really bad because of the scarring, but as I said, this lighting isn't really good and my scars are quite purpley, so we'll probably go over just a little bit more over here. That is one layer of my Estee Lauder foundation. As you can see, the coverage is really good. I mean, obviously it's hard to cover really deep scars, and I've got some quite bad spots here and some on my chin, but I think overall the coverage is pretty good. And my forehead I don't really struggle with anyway, so I don't tend to put a lot on my forehead. And what I tend to do is leave my foundation kind of to set for about 2 to 5 minutes and then probably go ahead and use another layer. So I'm just going to quickly put on just one more layer now. It might not make a difference to you, but try not to drop my brush. I do try and just get a little bit of extra coverage. And some people have said when they've done acne videos that they think beauty blenders are better for applying foundation, but I really like using brushes and using a beauty blender for my concealer for under my eyes. That's just my opinion. I know everyone's different and they like to do their makeup differently. So I think this foundation is really good. I have made a video about this foundation. If you go onto my channel and go down, it's the Estee Lauder demo and review. I think it might be the second or third video, but if I can, I will leave a link for you. It stays for 15 hours. I have to say I haven't had it on for 15 hours because I will put it on in the morning and take it off in the evening to let my skin breathe throughout the night. But I would definitely recommend this foundation if you've got acne prone skin and you need some really good coverage. I think even if I change my foundation, I will always go back to this one. So the concealer I'm going to be using is Collection Lasting Perfection. I really like this concealer because I think it looks really good and light under the eyes. So this is where I will use my beauty blender, and I have wet it down so it's damp. So how I like to do my eyes is I'll use my mirror here, is I like to do kind of like a 7 and a backwards 7. See, that probably looks like a lot, but I have really dark eyes. You make the weirdest faces when you put on makeup. Also, I've applied my eyebrows because they really need doing and they just look so bad. Right, so that's my under eyes doing. I don't know if that has made a lot of difference. I think it's all blended in pretty well. I do sometimes like using this concealer for spots and blemishes, but I think it's a bit too light to put on my blemishes, because I find when I put them on a spot and I put on my powder, you can actually notice them more than when you don't put anything on at all. Because this is light, I just think it brings out my eyes a lot more. So the next thing I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age, the Eraser Eye. See, I know this is for actually under your eyes, but I think it makes a really good concealer for the rest of your face. It would help if I took it out its packaging before filming this. Right, now I've finally took it off. Right, and with this one, you just makes a horrible noise. You turn it to the left to get all the product into the sponge. So I'm not going to put this all over my face, just on the really big spots that I can see. I need to turn it a bit more. That's really annoying. See, this is quite a light one, but I find it blends in really well. Right, so that is concealer applied. I will just do a close-up here. I know you can see it, like it hasn't blended in properly, but I found with this concealer, you blend it in and then eventually it will sink in for you and blend with the rest of your foundation. See, now I've left it for a little while. As you can tell, it's kind of blended in a lot better. I know you can still see blemishes, but the thing is, when you suffer with acne and you have blemishes and you have scars, it's very hard to get it completely covered, but this is pretty good coverage for me. I mean, I'm happy with this amount of coverage. So next I am going to be going in with my Rimmel London Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and I use this one in transparent. I really like this powder. I mean, I'm really pale anyway, so transparent pretty much goes with my skin tone. I'm just going to get out a powder brush. I try not to use too much powder, but sometimes it's really hard like not to, because I think the coverage is really good on this powder. And as I said, I like to bring everything down my face onto my neck whenever I do my makeup. That one spot is really irritating me. At my skin when I first got powder in my hair. If you look at this video, when I first started it, you will see, well, it is a massive difference, I think. So that is my powder applied. I will just show you a quick close-up. So I really like this coverage. I mean, as I said, it probably doesn't look brilliant to you, but that's just how I like to do it. And to me, it looks a bit more natural. My Estee Lauder foundation is a medium to full coverage, and I could have got a full coverage one if I wanted to, but as I said, I do not like cakey makeup, and Estee Lauder foundation is quite a matte one and will stay on your skin, and no matter how many cloves you rub against it, you can give someone a hug and the foundation will not rub off. But I just think it looks a lot more natural and the acne doesn't look as red and inflamed. So the next thing I'm going to go into is my Revolution Makeup Revolution London blusher. I am going to be using today probably this nice pink here. So I'm going to be using this brush for my powder brush, my blusher brush. I try not to put too much on of this, but I really like a blusher. I like how it gives you kind of that rosy cheeked effect. And as I said before, you make the weirdest faces when you do your makeup. So guys, that is the end of my foundation coverage for Acne routine. I will just show you again the whole finished look. So as I said before, this is how I like to cover my foundation. I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe this helped you if you suffer with acne and any of these products maybe look good that you would like to try out. I will link everything in the bottom to my other channel, the products I used. If you want any questions, just leave a comment below and please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Bye guys.